What's going on, everyone? I am back with another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And in this video today, we're going to be talking about if the Mazdaspeed 3 is the perfect daily driver. Guys, it is so cold right now. Like right now the regular temperature is like negative 15. Wind chill is like negative 22 right now. And like I really want to wash my car. Like dude, look how dirty this is. But yo, it's so freaking cold. Like as soon as I wash the car, all the water is gonna freeze. It's not even gonna be worth it. Also guys, I just got this new jack. As you can see, I got a low profile one because my car is still too low for like the one I had, so I got another one. Hopefully it's gonna clear without having to put it on ramps. I feel like it won't, but I haven't even tested it out. I just put it together. So let's move my parents' cars out, and I'll put my car in the garage and then see if it works. So I guess you could say, first point, does this car start up when it's freaking freezing outside? Yes, as you can see, this is probably the coldest day of the year by far. Started up, no problem. Side note guys, this car takes forever to warm up, bro. If you're in a rush for work and your car is cold, man, just, I don't know what to tell you, man. This car takes forever to warm up. I mean, you can let it sit for at least like a minute or two before you drive it, but yeah guys, it takes forever to warm up. Honestly, it's such a pain in the ass to move both my parents' cars out of the driveway and the back end because it's so tight. So honestly, I'm just gonna test right now if the jack works. Okay guys, this is my live reaction to see if this fits or not. What do you guys think? Drop a comment. Do you think it's gonna fit? Let's try it out. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh boy! Holy shit! It works! Holy shit! Yo, that is like perfect. Holy shit. Yes! I'm so happy right now. Holy shit. So you may ask, how did I get the old jack under my car before? Well, at work we have a lot of wood, so what I basically did is I got a couple 4x2s, I cut them in half, I just drilled them together. It works like perfectly. So as you can see, it literally like fits under perfect the car, so that way I can literally just drive right up. So that's what I've been doing for like the longest time. But yo, so happy right now. Woo! That is satisfying. Alright, that's enough rambling on me. I'm sorry, I just wanted to see like if it was gonna work. I just wanted to show you guys, you know, just something that I'm so happy for. Like it was such a pain in the ass, but yeah, anyways, let's go drive to the spot and we'll talk more about it. Alright bro, we just got to a spot and yo, I'm not gonna lie, it is so cold outside right now. Like, it's not that bad. The problem is it's really windy. So the first thing that you want to take into consideration is, what are you using the car for? Are you just using it to like get from point A to point B? Do you want to like, I don't know, like track the car and like take it to like a show as well? Like at the same time you want to daily drive it? Do you want to take this thing to camping trips? So I'm going to be talking about like some pros and cons to owning this car. So this is not going to be like the same style or things I'm going to be talking about like I did my 5 things I hate and love about my car. I'm just kind of nitpicking the things that like, not personally that I don't like, and the things that I like. I'm just going to be like throwing it out there so you guys can take these things that I talk about into consideration. So the first thing I'm actually going to be talking about that some people may not like is the interior. So I personally like the interior, but some people may think it's like cheap. If you're the kind of guy that likes all the bells and whistles and a nice quality interior, I wouldn't say this is the best interior out there. I mean, me personally, I like it. Everything works. It's functional. Got your climate control, heated seats. You know, you got your stereo. You got your steering wheel with all the buttons on it. Everything just works, and the seats are really nice too. But some people may not like it because, you know, at the end of the day, it's all cheap plastic. Like over here, like especially like on a long drive, like you'll notice that like if you like rest your leg on here, it may get kind of uncomfortable at a while. There's just small things like I said, it's just cheap plastic everywhere. It's just not like the nicest feeling in the car. But to me personally, I still feel like this is a nice feeling car. Another thing you want to take into consideration that I would consider a con, not just for like anyone, but also myself, is the back seat room. So I'm going to demonstrate, like, okay, so where I sit, I'd say I don't sit very far back. I mean, I'm a pretty tall dude, but I don't sit too far back. So there's definitely enough room, but I'm going to give you guys a live representation. All right, boys, let's show you right now. Okay, let's hop in. And as you can see, like I said, it's not bad. Like, you can definitely fit like 4 people. 5 is kind of pushing it, but as you can see, my legs are right against it. I don't sit too far back, but if you're like a taller dude with like longer legs, this could be an issue. But honestly, I've driven like 5 people around, 4 people around all the time. They kind of get used to it after a while. It's not the most room in the world, but hey man, it's better than a 2-door coupe where like you literally have no room at all. And there's like 4 doors, so that makes it easier too. The next con you may want to take into consideration is the gas mileage. Okay, so I've noticed with owning this car for basically over 2 years now, is this car is amazing on road trips. So if you're doing strictly highway, or like your daily commute to work is basically highway, this car is amazing on gas. In the city, that's where this car tends to lack on the gas mileage. It really drinks gas in the city. It's not the greatest, so it really like it's so good on gas on the highway, but it's not very good on the city, so that way it kind of balances out. Another con that you could say is this car being front wheel drive, or as some people like to call it, wrong wheel drive. Now for me personally, I honestly don't care. I like front wheel drive because, you know, it's like it makes the car cheaper, like cost wise, and also like especially when you're turbocharged and you have all that power, the torque steer, man, it just makes the whole personality of this car. Like me personally, I like it, but I know some guys say, oh, like front wheel drive is shit, blah blah blah, all wheel drive or wheel wheel drive. That's just something to take into consideration. Mind you, like Mazda made this like front wheel drive for like cost purposes, but if you're looking for something like rear wheel drive or all wheel drive where you can like drift it or launch it, this isn't really the car. I mean, like, you can't really drift this car, nor can you launch this car, especially launching this car. Like, having this car being front wheel drive, like, launching it from a dig, all that wheel spin, like, this car is basically useless in, like, first gear. Guys, you don't believe me how cold it is? Look at my water. It's frozen. I'm telling you guys, that's how cold it is. Jesus. Next con that I want to talk about is how expensive it is to maintain this car. Now, I only mean this by, like oil changes or like transmission fluid changes, because you do have to do like oil changes more frequently. So if you do drive the car more, you will notice, like especially like someone like me who drives the car a lot, I've already put like close to like 60,000 kilometers on the car within like a year and a half, but it definitely adds up. The oil is expensive, especially when you run 5W40. It just adds up after a while. It's just something to take into consideration. Another slight con is, okay, so this car does respond well to like bolt-on parts, like just being like stock turbo with like, you know, downpipe, intercooler, intake, tune. Don't get me wrong, this car responds great to tunes, but the cost per dollar for mods is not as like well, like responding wise compared to like, I'd say like an Evo 10 or like a Golf R. Like stage 1 is already making like a lot more power, and it doesn't cost as much. So that's just something to take into consideration. You are going to have to pay a pretty penny to make some good power in this car. It does respond well, but you're gonna have to add a lot if you want to make some good power in this car. Okay guys, enough of the cons. I don't even like calling those cons, because like I love this car to death. Like I can't stress it enough on my channel, like how much I love this car, but I just wanted to say that for like people who may not like these certain things that I said. But anyways guys, what we're gonna be talking about is how dang reliable this car is, whether it be bone stock or fully bolted, big turbo, stock turbo. This car is so reliable. So if you're the kind of guy that wants to mod his car, but at the same time still be able to daily drive it and not have to worry about the car breaking down, blowing up, blah, 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 all that shit, this car is amazing. It's so fun. Like, I love modding this car, and I never have to worry like, oh, is my car gonna like run like shit after or like break down on me? Especially when you're daily driving the car. You never want your car to like break down on you. So if you're scared about like buying this car as a daily driver, but you want to modify it at the same time, don't even sweat it, bro. Okay guys, I want to say one point that can be seen as both a pro and a con, and that is this car does not grab a lot of attention. So if you're that kind of guy that wants like a car out the box that's very flashy, will draw a lot of attention, I wouldn't say this car is for you, because at the end of the day, this car just looks like a regular Mazdaspeed, or sorry, a regular Mazda 3 with a bigger spoiler and a hood scoop at the front. Anyone could just throw that on a car and just like say it's like a Mazdaspeed 3 or it's a performance car. If you're looking for a car that, you know, like I said, will draw attention and like turn heads and shit, unless you start modifying it and making this thing look badass, you know, with like an open mouth, you know, lower it, make it louder, all that shit. But out of the box, this car is not a like head turner. Now that doesn't mean this car looks bad by any means. I think this car looks beautiful, but it's not the kind of car that will like get a lot of attention. especially in the car community. Like, you could be like driving on the highway, you see guys doing pulls and shit, and then they see your car, they probably won't even take you seriously. They probably just think you're like some regular guy. I've had that happen to me like a bunch of times, but yeah. But at the same time, it's a pro, because if you're looking for like a sleeper car, the kind of car that like not everyone knows, not something you see every day, where like if you go to a car meet and not everyone knows what it is, they like, oh, what the hell is that? That's seen as a pro. That's why it's a pro for me, because I love like the whole sleeper like look, feel for the car. That's a pro for me, but for some people that could be a con. So going on to the next pro, like that adds on to like this car being reliable, is it's also very practical. Like I said, the only kind of problem is there's not a lot of backseat room, but like I said, it's still functional. You can still use it. There's 4 doors. You can fit 4 people. Not like the most comfortably, but you can still definitely do it and have like a decent long road trip with that. There's just a lot of space. Like, I just really like the seats. They're very comfy. Like, I just like the whole interior cockpit feel. So if your goals with this car power-wise are to either be bone stock, full bolt-on stock turbo, or big turbo full bolt-on, whatever the case may be, as long as you're not going like built motor, like where you go past that like 350, 400 wheel horsepower mark, this car is amazing. It'll be so reliable, and it just everything just works great, guys. And it's also really fun to drive. If you're the kind of guy that, you know, likes to have, you know, like spirited drives, or, you know, go for like little pulls here and there on like your way to work or wherever the hell you're going. Another big pro is parts are very easy to find for this car. So whether it be aftermarket, OEM parts, there's so many like Facebook forums, like even like Rock Auto, or like there's a bunch of like Instagram pages. Like there's a good one called like Mazdaspeed Part Out. That's a good one. Anyways, like anywhere, like on Facebook, Instagram, there's so many guys that sell so many parts for this car. Like, especially with this car being like not even made anymore. Like the last year they made this is 2013. It's now 2021. It's still very easy to get parts. It's like getting parts for like your Honda Civic. Sorry if this video is kind of like I'm just like sitting and talking to the camera. Like, I don't know, it's just so cold outside right now, guys. Like, it's honestly ridiculous. I could literally talk about this shit for hours, guys. Like, I could literally go on for hours about how much I love this car and why you should buy this car. But I also wanted to emphasize to you guys that this car is very affordable. It's more so for like second gen speeds. Anywhere from like 7 to like 13K is like a good mark. It all depends on like the mods it has, the mileage, the condition. But for the price you get, for like the amount of power and like the things you could do with this car, dude, I'd say this car is a freaking bargain. All right, bro, that's actually enough rambling out of me. I'm actually gonna go pick up some oil right now. I'm actually gonna show you guys what oil I run. So let's go grab them. All right, guys, I just got the oil. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Yusuf. He's running some on the side business mechanic job. So he basically does like oil changes, brakes, tires, you name it, diagnosing issues on your car. Really good pricing. So if you're local around the GTA, I'll drop his Instagram down below. Definitely hit him up and tell him I sent you. All right, guys, so we got the oil right here. So basically the oil that I run is Multool 8100 XS 5W40. It's a really good oil. I really like it. And by the way, my buddy gave it to me for cheap, $50 cash Canadian. So that's actually really cheap. Regular price, usually you're paying around like 60 to like anywhere from like 60 to $70. So definitely a good deal. I do need like a 1 liter bottle because this car takes around, I think it's around like 5.1, 5.2 liters. But if you guys are interested in an oil change video, definitely drop a comment down below. I'd be happy to make that video. Also for oil filter, I run the OEM filter, so you can get that from your local Mazda dealership. All right, bro, well, it's currently like closer to the end of the day. Right now it's around like 7 o'clock. I think the plan for tonight, I'm probably just gonna wash my car. I know it's probably not the best idea washing my car with it being this cold, but whatever. And then I'll probably document the rest of my night, get a little mini vlog. I don't know what I'm gonna record. Maybe I'll just record nothing, because every time I say I'm gonna vlog something, I usually get nothing. Because to be honest, my life is kind of boring. Like, I don't really do much on the weekend. I just kind of relax from like work, life, all that stuff. But let's go to the car wash. All right, bro, we just got here, and yo, how is it still busy here? Bro, everyone's just trying to wash their car, eh? Fuck. Y'all know when like your car's just so dirty, you know it's gonna get dirty like right after you wash it because of like the weather or like whatever the case may be, but you don't even care. You just want to have it clean, and you just enjoy washing your car in the moment. It's just very like nice to do. Alright guys, we just cleaned the car. Looking pretty clean. Car definitely needs a paint correction though. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, the swirls are definitely there. I don't know, it's one of those things where, like, specifically for me, like when I start washing my car at the coin wash, like I kind of get lazy. I kind of just wipe down the whole car, try to get it clean without doing the proper things, and then in doing so, it makes it kind of dirty. Oh shit, see that? But yeah guys, I don't know, it's whatever. Yo, it's kind of funny. So when I was at the car wash, I saw this GTR, like this R35 GTR. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, you know, wiping down my wheels and my tires and shit. Guy pulls up, he's like, yo man, like nice car. I'm like, oh fuck, thanks buddy. And then a guy with a tuned M4, like I see him just like ripping it around the parking lot, and he pulls up and he's like, yo, nice car bro. I'm like, holy shit, like thanks bro. Yo guys, the Speed's getting some love, bro. Fuck. Anyways guys, that about wraps up my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Definitely drop a like, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.